Hi, friends. It's been a long time, and if you've been watching anything True North, you've probably seen a few posts of us kind of throwing our hands up in the air, wondering what to do in this business climate that we're in. So, we managed to muddle our way through the pandemic and then come out on the other side like, yay, we made it. Okay, this is good. But then we hit the kind of ensuing recession following the pandemic that we're still in the thick of right now. And so when our building got bought, we originally thought that we were down and out and closed the business for a short period of time. And then we got excited because we're like, yay, okay, we found another place to produce, and I think we're going to be able to make it. And so we planned to launch, or relaunch, I should say, all of the home goods and everything that we originally had on our site before the closure. But then, that sounds so ominous. I'm sure if any folks that are listening right now, know that it's more expensive than ever to buy things in Canada and in the United States. Actually, I'm going to just stick with Canada right now, because I don't live in the States. I live in Canada, as you can tell, Canadian winter. But in Canada right now, it is brutal to be operating a small business. I mean, a large business too, but I digress. Small businesses in Canada right now are really, really, really suffering for a few reasons, right? I mean, one, the Canadian dollar is worth like nothing compared to the United States dollar. And, the costs associated in operating a business for your raw supplies, especially if you're buying in American dollars, has just gone bonkers. So it's effectively tripled the cost of our fabrics because we use European stonewashed linen, and it comes from Europe, and then it goes to the United States and gets dyed and finished there. But even regardless, if we even purchase directly from Europe, we still have to pay in US dollars. So if anybody's seen the Canadian US dollar conversion, you know how much our costs have likely gone up. Now, the problem is for when our costs go up, we need to cover that, because we're not a charity, we're not a nonprofit. Our goal, even honestly, most months is to just break even, right? And so for us to even just break even, we would have to raise the prices of our slings and our other products even more, right? So we've already raised prices in accordance with inflation to cover costs, but now there's talk of the United States tariffs. And a good portion of our audience and a good portion of our customer base is in the United States. And let's just say we did get hit with a 25% tariff. Whether or not it happens, I don't know. This is late January, and apparently it could potentially be happening as early as February 1st. So if that happened, 25%, just to even cover our costs on that, we would have to add an additional $40 or so per sling or baby wrap, etc., if not a little bit more. And that just puts it to a point where it just isn't feasible for us to operate the textiles part of True North anymore. And you're probably like, oh, textiles part? That's all True North is textiles. And you're right. Right now, it is only textiles. And so, because we're super passionate about True North, trying to figure out a way for us to keep True North alive, and we have some ideas. And so when I was younger, one of my first businesses actually was an all-natural spa and wellness products company. And so I dug out some of these old recipes that I had, including other things for the home as well, like aromatherapy sprays, essential oils, and candles. Candles. So we're just tossing up, what else could we bring to the market that could keep True North alive? And we've got ideas. Like I said, we have ideas. So I am so sad to say that we're going to have to stop making our textiles. It's not to say that they might not come back at some point in the future. It's possible, but it's not guaranteed. So nothing in life is guaranteed, I suppose, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to put whatever we do have left in stock on sale. And so keep an eye. We'll send an email, post some things here on social to let everybody know that we'll be clearing out the inventory that we have in stock. And then the next piece is for me to hunker down and get True North Phase 2 lined up. So we're thinking that it might pivot to more of True North wellness kind of a vibe and bring to market specifically for Canada products that are healthy for the mind, body, and spirit, and that can really help make life easier, better, comfier, healthier. And that's where we're going to go. So it's a sad announcement to make, but it's a necessary one. Considering the Canadian government right now just feels like they're throwing us small business to the wolves. Even with the fact that our parliament is shut down right now, when this big change in federal government in the United States has just taken place. So we have America's, I should say the world's superpower threatening tariffs on Canada that is literally going to be the nail in the coffin for many of us small businesses that managed to make it through the pandemic and the ensuing recession. And now it just feels kind of like the third punch and kick to the gut. And we don't have a government in place right now to even negotiate or defend our position. So unfortunately, my friends, we're waving is it the white flag? We're waving the white flag. Unfortunately, my friends, we're waving the white flag. And very soon, the textiles piece won't be on True North, but like I said, we're trying not to be sad. We're trying to look at this like an opportunity. And businesses at all times have to pivot and change and adapt to their circumstances, right? And that's exactly what we're doing. And, some people might say, well, why don't you get a cheaper fabric, or why don't you get Canadian fabric? Unfortunately, there isn't much for Canadian linen production, if any, to be honest. I know that they're trying to do some things with hemp. But the biggest thing that sets us apart for True North, if anybody has bought any of our products, the biggest thing is our fabric. It's the fact that it's so soft and so comfy. And that's why people pay the premium to get True North products. And we can't change the one thing that is the thing that makes us stand apart, right? So that's that, my friends. Stay in touch, right? Stay following our page if you can. Also stay on our email list if you can as well. And as soon as we possibly can, we'll let you know what's happening. And, just to end on a positive note, the products that we ended up making around the holiday season for test batches, that was candles and lotion bars and soaps and aromatherapy sprays, some really, really nice stuff. And so if we can keep True North going in that regard, we're definitely all for it. And see, look at the sunshine is shining out. It's kind of like, yes, keep True North going. So we'll try. Don't mind me. Hold on. Can't see. Don't want to squint. There. Okay, ending on a good note. True North will likely live on, but it will likely live on more in the wellness sphere. And one of these days, when things settle down between Canada and the United States, and when things get a bit more affordable for us to be able to provide affordable goods, then hopefully maybe we'll bring the textiles back. But love you all. It's been a wonderful several years getting to know our community and getting to know and understand the benefits that people have experienced in using our products. It's been heartwarming. The pictures, the stories, making the lives of mothers and caregivers easier in the early stages has been an absolute blessing. And so I hope to continue making mothers' lives easier, better, but just in a different way, in the wellness way. So stay tuned. Love you. Thanks for listening.